What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey here today with Dan, product manager of sticks for CCM Hockey here in Montreal with the brand new Trigger 10 stick. Now, I want to hop into the tech and spec. This is basically a new generation of RibCor, like you mentioned off camera. But let's talk about the RibCor player first. What style of shooter are they and what kind of flex profile are we going to find?
So the RibCor family is our low flex profile stick. So what this is a really quick release stick. So really for that player who wants the puck on their stick and release it immediately. I tend to think of your players like Sidney Crosby, get the puck in the slot, want to snap it in the corner really fast, beat the goalie with that speedy release.
Now, I've been a huge RibCor fan since its conception. This seems like a real big change this year. We saw the Vision come out last year. Seems like there's a little bit of inspiration between the Vision into the Trigger 10 here. So what was the goal? What was, again, the inspiration for the 10 Pro this year?
Definitely. So I think the feedback we've had with RibCor in past generations, we've had to build a lot of loyal users, but the player is looking for something a bit faster, a bit more of a faster release. And that's exactly what we have here with the Trigger 10. So the first thing you'll notice when picking up the stick is the new shaft shape. So we have our EC shaft on the stick. So what that is in the middle portion of the stick, really towards your lower hand, you have a C geometry, which is very rounded, very comfortable in your hand, very natural feeling. And as we go towards the lower end of the stick, we'll have a more condensed profile. So we call it, that's our E portion, so your EC, combining the C and the E. And you have a sharper rib towards that taper of the stick, really condensing your flex profile towards the bottom.
So when you say condensing the flex profile, for someone like myself that's been using RibCor for over a decade or close to it, in terms of shooting and feel, what are you gonna notice when you're taking those quick shots?
So you'll honestly create more of a spring effect with a more condensed profile like this one. And I think when you're looking at the ultra-low Kickpoint, which is what we have on the Trigger 10 Pro, what we've done with this stick is we've stiffened up the top portion of the stick when compared to the Trigger 9 Pro and really softened up that lower portion. So what that does is it creates a lot more tension in the stick and really creates that spring effect so that when you lean into your stick, it'll pop immediately rather than have to recoil and load the stick. It'll just blast right off of it.
If you're coming from the 9, you pick it up a little more comfortable in the bottom hand and your first rip with it, you're a little surprised at how much zip it has on it with just a little effort. And I feel like that has to do with the new blade core too. So when we talk about the new flex profile, the EC geometry and the new blade, how do those two work hand in hand?
Yeah, so with our new blade, we call it the UL1 Blade, a really lightweight focus on this one. So the same thing, like I said, you pick up this stick, you'll notice it's quite lighter than the Trigger 9 Pro as well here. We're sitting at roughly 360 grams on your Pro stick here, and a lot of that is due to what we've done with the stick here. We've also stiffened up the blade compared to the Trigger 9 Pro, so it'll still be a regular blade, but slightly stiffer, and that mixed with that softer portion in the lower end of the stick here really creates that pop effect that I was talking about earlier when shooting with a quick release stick.
The Trigger 9 had the dual feel blade, and then now we have the UL1, which is taken basically from the Vision stick. There's so many players that have been dedicated to RibCor for a long time. How would you personally describe the differences in puck feel between the Trigger 9 Pro and the Trigger 10 Pro?
Yeah, so when you're looking at this one, the UL1, definitely a very different experience than what you'd have been used to with the dual feel in the Trigger 8 Pro and the Trigger 9 Pro as well. What that does is the main focus on this one was really shooting. So what we've noticed on shooting tests with the UL1 blade, the speed of release, so your shot to goal, puck off the blade speed is much faster with the UL1 compared to what it was with the dual feel stick. And we've done a very good job, I think, in the last couple of years of really distancing our sub-brands and really catering towards our RibCor stick is our fast release stick, and that's exactly what we want to optimize on new generations. So the main focus there was really how can we create a faster shot, and that's what we have with the UL1 blade mixed with the ultra-low Kickpoint.
Yeah, that was the whole goal for Trigger 10 this year, is shoot faster, and it's such a big difference from what we find in the new Jet Speed stick with the Evo Blade 2. The puck feel is different because they're different sticks with different end goals. And then also when we're looking at the construction, looks like you're using a new weave this year. So what's the story behind the new Sigmatex S2X?
Yeah, you can see on the blade here, a new pattern on the stick. What this does is mainly from a manufacturing and final product side of things, a much more performing, more durable stick as well. So like I was mentioning earlier on the UL1 blade, a lot of focus is given on that lightweight, but we really want to make sure our blade is very durable as well. And that's exactly what we have with our new weave, really reinforcing the rim area of the stick, but also the core as well.
And it looks like there's some differences in blade pattern options this year. What does that +1/4 mean?
So the +1/4 is actually a trend we've noticed at Pro. So a lot of players who were typically using max blades, so really where it's taller towards the toe and the heel, players are noticing that it kind of affected your balance and weight of the stick. The stick felt maybe a bit too bottom heavy. So I think that's the beauty of the +1/4. So what we have here is a quartered added inch towards the heel of the stick, where you're getting all the added benefits of having a taller blade, but you're not compromising as much on weight and balance of the stick.
So you're getting the benefits of the max blade height without the additional weight, because the name of the game, especially at this, is all about weight, right?
Exactly.
And then last but not least, is there a new end plug we're gonna find this year?
Yeah, so that's a very good thing to point out. We'll have our new end plug added to the Trigger 10 Pro here. So much more of a rounded look, especially when you're picking it up on the stick. We're talking about the C shaft on the bottom portion of your hand, but also towards the top. You'll feel that rounded, more softer material towards the top hand of your stick. It's also made of a softer material, so we'll notice a lot less wear and tear on your gloves.
Perfect, yeah, it's something, again, you just kind of feel top hand, bottom hand, big improvements in comfort, and then, you know, we've been ripping it around today. That quick release is insane. So again, just hats off to you and the whole CCM team for another successful trigger launch this year. And for you at home that want to check out the entire line of CCM RibCor sticks, make sure you head over to icewarehouse.com.